I came to Bakersfield in 1937. Bakersfield was a place that was like a country town. All of the black people knew where all of the black people lived because we lived on the same side of town.
I grew up at Friendship House Community Center. I got the opportunity through Friendship House giving me scholarships to go to college. And one of my big donors, I must say, was Ray and Joni December. I went to Cal State University, Los Angeles, and Claremont Graduate School. But I decided that I didn't want to stay in the Los Angeles area. I wanted to come home, and I wanted to do for the kids in Southeast Bakersfield what was done for me. So I decided to come back and got involved at Friendship House and still involved to this day.
I came here from Georgia because I didn't like it there too much. And we had so many relatives in California. I worked in the daytime and I went to school at night. And after about a year or less, I got the job in Bakersfield. It was so funny. The first day, the little boy said, "Is that a teacher? Is that a teacher?" They couldn't believe that I was a teacher going to be there at that school, you know.
There was a group here that requested black teachers. We was about 85 of us. We were here for the community to use all the children of Bakersfield that we touched, because I was in the elementary.
Well, it started off, I was a beautician for up until I got 80 years old. But during those years, you always had clients that come in and they had problems, and I would talk to them and encourage them.
Well, I think being a hairstylist gives you the perfect opportunity to listen to the needs or desires of people. When I first lost one of my clients with breast cancer, I realized that African American women did not like speaking of this subject. It was a lot of fear. That's how I became involved. Mercy Hospital actually was doing several workshops, and I called them, and they did the first workshop over at Bakersfield Senior Center.
And then I decided I wanted to get involved more in the community, and I worked with the Black History Pageant for about 25 years. And then I saw another need, so I got in with a group called Women Aglow, and I was in that for 42 years.
I started my community service when I was working at the police department, and the community came to me and asked me if I would run for the school board, the Bakersfield City School Board, and I did. That was in 1970. I believe that was in 77, because I went to the school board in 1979. But prior to that time, I was working on the Integration Steering Committee, representing the community. That's how I got started.
1958 of my life here in Bakersfield. I came here from Louisiana, and then I worked on the farms and did farm work out there. Then I thought I made a lot of friends, and I was already doing what we call bootlegging hair, and that is working without a license. So then I went to Beauty College here in Bakersfield in 1958, and I graduated from there in 1959.
The pastor, Reverend Green at Mount Zion Church, saw that there was a need for a pianist, and so he asked me if I would be willing to take piano lesson if the church would pay for them. And I said yes, because I had always wanted to play the piano.
And then I started working in the shop, and then I already had a development with young women, girls, and even older women through a church relationship. And then I found out, though, that in working with them, it was a good place to be a real confidant.
I discovered that there were several ladies who had a deep desire to become Alpha Kappa Alpha women. And so, as we met from home to home, basically in my home, we would discuss how we can adjust
our schedule to fit in so that we would have a charter, so that we could charter an Alpha Kappa after sorority in Bakersfield. And in doing so, we had programs that we wanted to complete, like the Botillion, is Fashionetta. We participated in health fairs. We participated in food baskets, providing food baskets for the needy.
With my employment with the Kern High School District in 1991, we created Project BEST. Project BEST is Black Excellence in Education and Teaching, and it's strictly for males to get them through a college prep program through high school and to give them scholarships to go on to college. And I mean, that's really a good feeling.
When I came to Bakersfield 40 years ago, I had to go to LA chapter of Deltas. I could see a need because everything that I was going to do was going to help LA. And I wanted it to help Bakersfield. Bakersfield needed a lot of this that we got started with here.
Playing the piano has been the joy of my life. Although I wasn't a professional player like some people and all, I played at one time for the Women's State Convention, and I'm still playing. I play now for my son's church.
And then out of that, I found out that heart disease was something that was strong within our community that we needed to be educated on. So we became a part of American Heart Association and educated the churches and organizations throughout the community.
And during that time, it wasn't very many women's homes. The Spirit spoke to me and said, why don't you start a women's home? And that was the beginning.
When I started out and when they elected me to the school board, that was a privilege that the community put upon me. So I enjoyed working with people and working with the community.
The Braille Center was a school for the blind, and it was volunteer work. And so I did cook for the blind school for 40 years, and I retired at 2003. I got to meet so many people, and it has been a blessing in my life.
It first involved community work, just around home at my own church community. And then sharing, giving, even during the when there was occasions come up, I interacted with other women in other congregations, and even sometimes leaders that was high up than me and accomplished much more, but would come to you for spiritual comfort and inspiration.
It felt wonderful to me because, and still today, there's many women that have the knowledge, because I feel as senior women, if we know how to live better lives and to be healthier, then we can teach our children and our family members how to be healthier. And right now, we need more of that in our community, how to live healthier lives.
We just celebrated our 25th celebration for Project BEST, and we've given out over 1,000 scholarships to males only, and some of these males are now teaching in our schools in Kern County.
At this time, I work with Links, and because Links is a little bit more, you're out with the community more with the Links, and so I get a chance to be with the AKAs or Deltas, other, because we all one boiling, one pot.
Miss Fashionetta is another service project that I enjoyed tremendously, simply because you give girls an opportunity to develop themselves in a social manner, and it also helps them with their educational advantages, because we provide activities that would increase their knowledge, math, reading, and etc.
God pours His love in you till you love the unlovable. They can't change, and it's been wonderful. I don't know how many lives that the Lord has had me to touch.
Giving back to the community is how we treat one another, I think. And my parents, I have to give them credit. My father taught me so many things that helped me to associate with all nationalities.
That's really what God put us on earth for, not to be selfish, but to give back what He has given you to help others.
I'm thankful that people have noticed and have taken notice of the things that I have done in the community along with other people.
To be recognized by my peers, it's awesome.
Well, I'm excited about it, and I wasn't expecting, and I wondered, why do they want to do this? And I'm pleased.
Well, I feel very humble about it because all the things that I was doing at that time was to help.
It's always an honor to receive an award than many more people that are deserving. But any award that I received, I didn't do the work by myself. It was because of the community allowing me to serve and those who work with me in the community who pushed me ahead.
I'm delighted to receive this award simply because everything that I have done, it was really basically for the community, and I was not concerned about myself. And to have someone from outside look at the record that I have kept as a person in Bakersfield, they thought enough of me to select me as one of the participants for this award.
I was really surprised that I had been chosen. And I was thankful, and I counted it a blessing.
When you specify and glorifying others just for the little good they have done, I feel that's the greatest reward that a person can have. And I feel humbled to be one of these women who this honor is going to be placed upon.
It was an honor to be accepted. This time I said, maybe I need to let the world know that what God can take a black woman or a businesswoman, a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, and use her to help the community. It's never too late.